So to further discuss machine settings, we're going to invite Jason Jones up on the stage here, and he's going to talk about his top 5 pearls for efficient phacoemulsification. Jason runs one of the advanced phaco skills transfer labs here at this meeting.
Thank you, Kevin, for inviting me, and it's my pleasure to be here. These are my disclosures, and often I think about pearls as something being like this. You see this kind of top-down, microscope view, and how to do a capsulotomy better, how to do hydrodissection, what have you better. And I think these are extremely valuable, and I'll show you one at the end, hopefully if we have enough time. But I really think about some things a little bit differently as well here. Kind of meta pearls. How do we get to actually understanding and implementing those better pearls? And these are the things that I actually feel I use pretty routinely to help me perform better in my ASC and for my patients' outcomes. So, routine actually keeps things routine, and it lets you see things that are actually not routine. Hopefully it gets you better recognition, better understanding perhaps, but certainly allows you to manage these things. And I just couldn't help, I love this little video here. Hopefully your day goes better than this person's day. This is something in terms of actually even kind of a equipment and supply thing as well. You can see, in our nurses station, we have our routine monofocal IOLs all lined up, ready to go, as well as just a step away from our OR, I've got all my backup instruments ready to go as well. And they're all well organized and labeled, so easy access, whenever you need those sorts of things. And we all do at some point. Mentally as well, this lets you kind of organize your surgery and your day. And when things don't quite go the way you plan, it's kind of like in the Matrix where you just dial up the operator and actually plug in a new subroutine. And that's another level of just organization, is that subroutine as well. So you kind of learn these by reviewing videos and doing other things to actually understand these, maybe going into an advanced phaco wet lab as well. Communication is key for us and for everyone here in this operating room. Day to day, I've learned to develop a positive word choice in my language, kind of, in other words, stay still for me, instead of don't move, you're doing well, even if they're not. Just kind of that positive reinforcement. Also using routine verbiage that for my patients actually helps to communicate normalcy to the patient, I feel, because my tone of voice is the same and very calming, but also it helps to convey where we're at with the staff as well, so that level of communication is multi-directional. Nonverbal communication, I have video piped in just onto the microscope as well as in the corner of the OR, so it lets everyone visualize what's going on and where we're at in the case. I use a microscope sheet that we hang on every patient with pertinent information. We'll show a little bit more of that in a second. And even to the detail of where we place the name tag at different points of the time. That name tag here in the pre-op area is up on the shoulder. It's put on the side of the patient. When it stays on the shoulder, actually the patient hadn't had any sedation yet, but when it goes down on their leg, we can still visualize it while the patient's draped, so we can verify patient name and who this is at any time. But we also know that this patient's had sedation already. So you can see kind of a self-contained little unit here of this patient on this surgical bed. It's a chair that articulates electrically into this bed, and it actually has our monitoring equipment for the patient and all pertinent things for that person. Over to the right, this is an example of a scope sheet. It has the patient name, hometown, doctor, these sorts of things. I can remember a lot of my patients. I really can't remember every single patient, but it does let me have a more personalized experience and refer to the patient by name or a nickname, talk to them about who their doctor is if questions come up, and also the pertinent information we'll need for the surgical case. The middle picture here shows that I have a little workstation between the ORs with a kind of a whiteboard scorecard of where we're at in the day. It kind of keeps everyone on task and where we're at and kind of helps motivate and move things along. Video. Video is a crucial part of my life, and I've learned more efficient ways of doing things from having video available to me, but I video every case. I don't keep them all, but I do review them all. Now, as you can see here in this screen capture of my computer, yeah, I'm gonna scrub through the routine cases. I pretty much know which the routine cases are, But I will slow down for certain things. I may observe the capsulorhexis for every case, the hydrodissection for every case for a given day, just to kind of reinforce, and maybe I'll see a pattern there that I can actually change or effectively make more efficient for me. I do like to keep all eventful surgeries just for, fun and kind of review on my own late at night when I'm feeling kind of really sad and morose and I want to actually beat myself up a little bit more. But it also helps to give those videos for sharing, such as this event here or online. Speaking of video, YouTube and other online resources have been a huge influence for me. And I'm sure for many of the audience members and panelists as well. Reviewing videos, actually, even if I don't agree with the technique or the technology, it does help me make a decision about and reinforce my own choices as well. But it does give me exposure to new things, and there's a lot of different resources available. It's pretty impressive. It's always helpful to know and understand your limits and stick to them, but on the flip side of this, make sure to expand and be more capable. So I always think about taking the red pill maybe every once in a while, Things are gonna actually sometimes be a little rough, but you get to be better over time. And you can see in this bottom picture here, this is a more recent, more adventurous case of mine with a lot of zonular loss that went actually very well. Staff, we don't do this thing alone, so I keep them informed with regular meetings and actually videoed explanation of what they see and what's going on. It helps keep them more engaged, and they're a crucial part of our experience and our ability to effectively get things done. Also supporting them with the best equipment. So these carts actually are electrically driven and they're more efficient. One person can actually move a patient with this electrically driven cart very efficiently and safely for better patient safety and staff safety. So we all know this quote, but I often think about this one as well, and I don't know if it's my own or not, but I'll claim it for now. But I think we all need to do better, and we can do so. So this is just an example of something that I've gotten to work better for me. Is actually clean out the capsular bag, and I think you get the idea here just with a stream of irrigation. And this is what it does for me later on. This patient is 16 months post-op, and I'm fixing a mild dysphotopsia issue for this person, but this lens just literally comes out of the bag without really much of an issue. But eyes are quieter, and the capsular bag is more accessible for an exchange should we need to or desire to. So, thank you.
I love the tip about videoing. I have surgeons who come and ask me, and same with the residents and the fellows, and they're frustrated because they want to get their operating room, their OR time shorter. And I ask them, what part of the phaco do you feel that you're not, spending too much time, and they haven't taken the time to watch their videos. Yeah. So how can you assist somebody in going from 20 minutes to 15 or 15 to 10? It really helps to watch your video in the regular motion, not fast, yes, and see where are the movements that you are doing that just don't seem efficient.
And in the beginning, it's amazing how many extra unnecessary movements we make, and then reviewing the videos, they go away over time.
I also think it's important to review, video every case. That becomes your norm instead of now you're on stage to be, videotaped. And you will also catch videos and events that actually you could never expect or anticipate, and those are really crucial to understand better. So.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jason. Let's bring up the next